This is Wendy Cranford. Welcome back to one of my quilted card series. I haven't done one of these in a little while because I have been very busy with family visiting. So let's get started on this card. This is featuring pinwheels, which I did on Tuesday. I did a Technique Tuesday or Tidbit Tuesday on how to do the pinwheel. So today we're going to use pinwheels in our quilt card. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is make the pinwheels. Now for these pinwheels I used the 1 1/4 inch punch, square punch, which just makes it a lot easier for me to make the little bitty ones rather than having to cut them on the trimmer. And we also have a 1 inch punch and I think a little bit bigger one. You could use those if you wanted, long as it's square. Okay, so now I have my piece of polka dot pattern paper here, and I'm just going to fold it from corner to corner, both ways, like so. And I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm going to trim in, not all the way to the center, but close. I'm trimming in on each score line that I just made from my folding. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a dot of Snail adhesive here in the middle. Now, unlike my Tidbit Tuesday video, these ones were going to crease. So when you bend over the end, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. When you bend this over, I have ink on my finger there, sorry about that. You're going to actually crease it here. Whoops, now it's sticking to me. And then you're going to move to your next corner. You're going to fold it over and crease. Same thing, next corner, fold it over, crease. And it should just be sticking in the middle because you put that little bit of snail there. Fold it over and crease. Okay, now that this is done, I've already gone ahead and done the other two colors for you, so we don't have to sit through that. So now you need a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this is going to measure, whoops, let's zoom you back out. Sorry about that. This is very vanilla cardstock, and it's measured at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I have two pieces of rich razzleberry, which are cut at 5 1/4 by 1 inch this way. So I'm going to adhere these down first, and I'm just going to leave a little bit edge at the top here, and a little edge at the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the back of each pinwheel. I'm going to start with the center pinwheel, and I'm just eyeballing this. You could be very, if you wanted to be exact, you could sit and measure it. That's totally fine. I'm just not a measuring kind of gal. I just eyeball and go with it. Okay. So now that we have all three of those down, we're going to run this entire piece through the Big Shot. So we're using an embossing folder. This is the square lattice embossing folder. It really gives a cool look and gives a quilted, almost fabric-y feel when everything gets run through. So I'm placing it in here like this, and I'm going to go over to my Big Shot machine and run it through. So now I'm going to take it out, and you see how the paper's almost weakened, it's bendable, and everything is pressed together very flat. So even if you didn't use a lot of adhesive, see that? It almost looks like one sheet of paper. I really love the effect that that embossing folder gives. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to add brads to the center of each pinwheel, and I'm just using my Brights brads, and I'm going to use a Daffodil Delight brad for my Daffodil Delight pinwheel. And you could do different colors, or you can keep it monochromatic like I'm doing. And I'm just using my paper piercer to make my hole, and then sticking my brad through and opening the prongs in the back. And one more. Okay, so now I have all my brads through my pinwheels, and I'm just going to use a piece of Daffodil Delight. This was cut at 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half to make an A2 size card. So I'm going to go ahead and add my Snail adhesive to the back, and I'm really being generous with my Snail adhesive on the back of this because it is kind of wrinkled up, and so I want it to lay nice and flat. So you're just going to center it on your card and press it down. And there you have it. Your completed pinwheel quilted front. And you could add a sentiment very easily to this by maybe stamping it and then just adding a punched sentiment like right here. I personally love my quilted cards just plain in the front, and I add my sentiment to the inside. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You have till June 30th to place an order with me at 20% off. After that, my prices will go back to the regular price in the catalog. So take advantage of that if you get the opportunity. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.